stream. Sorry about that, a little bit parched. As you can see, our dough is nicely risen from last night. Bring it up to this camera. It's doubled in its size. It's very bubbly. Very, very yeasty smelling. So while before we start that, I'm going to turn the oven on at as high a temperature as I possibly can. Probably about like 500, maybe a little bit higher. Let's check it out. We want to get this ripping hot so that I'll go 525. Want to get it ripping hot. Oh shoot, you know what? I forgot to update my title, didn't I? Starting ahead, let's see. Let's update this. Finishing pizza up using dough. Alright, that should have been updated. Don't know why my bot isn't saying that I'm live, even though it should be. Anyway, so I just turned the oven on to 525 degrees. We want that as hot as possible. Well, it could go even hotter than that, but that'll be fine for now. I did notice that the noise gate I had set up on this yesterday sounded a little weird. Let me turn that off real quick. Hopefully it'll let me do that, because I really was not pleased with that. Filters. Let's remove that. Alright, even though you'll hear a little bit more background noise, but that's okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Our dough's nicely risen. Let me dry off my hands, so let's take this out, put it on our work surface, the opposite side of my cutting board that you're used to seeing. That you've seen the last few streams. Let's just flour it up so it doesn't stick on here. Because what we're going to do is we're going to pour it out, then we're going to divide it into 2 even pieces, and then put it into the cooking vessels of our choosing for tonight. There we go. Speaking of which, we'll be using a cast iron for one of them, and the other will be the 1/4-inch baking pan. In most cases, you can use the entire dough for just the baking pan, but we will not be doing that. Those don't belong in there. Those belong up here. That needs to come out. So hope everybody was having a good day. Like I said, today was my day off. I'm working this Saturday. So didn't really do much today. I watched Die Hard again for the second time in a couple of weeks. Going to be on a podcast tomorrow night for, like I mentioned before, my buddies. They have their podcast, the Film Snarks. You should check it out. It's on Spotify. Well, at least that's where I listen to it at, but I'm sure it's in other places too. I mean, if I talk to them tomorrow, maybe, possibly, stream that session, I'll be on with them. So now we have the dough all out. Just sprinkle some of this on top so our hands don't get stuck. Try to get this into a nice ball, an even ball. Don't want to work it too much, but that should be good. Bench scraper. Get that a little bit. Flour it up. Now let's just chop right into this. this into a little ball. Probably scrape this away. Because like I said, we're gonna be folding these into the vessels, well, stretching them, I should say. Let's do the same with this. Get all that excess flour off. The thing about this bench scraper, though, at the same time, it's picks up a lot of the dust, as you can kind of tell right there, I'm sure. Let's fold this. Let's get it kind of flat. Let's pinch it in here. Just kind of maneuver it into a ball. This one looks a little bit prettier, but that's all right. Next, let's just get all of this extra flour over here to the side. I don't know why that didn't save. Is it saved? I don't know how I feel about the stream elements portion. All right. So, let's start off with this. The cast iron. Oh, I forgot to get the olive oil out. So, what we're going to do is we're going to olive oil the bottom. Just kind of drizzle it around a little bit. Then we're just going to place this in and just try to push it out to the edges as far as possible in an even fashion. All that gluten there, as you can tell, is still kind of bringing it tight, but we're just pushing this out, so we gotta let it rise for the next hour or double in size. So may not be the entire hour, but we'll see. Don't want to tear the dough either, so trying to be careful with that. So that looks good. Let me just cover this with some plastic wrap so the dough doesn't dry out. That should be good. Nice clean apron already full of flour. Oh, did I ruin this? Oh man. Plastic wrap. You are not my friend. You are being my enemy today. As always. Looks like we need a little bit more. Don't like wasting this, but gotta do what you gotta do. Yes, plastic wrap is the devil. How's it going, Dan? Especially when you're using the cling wrap out of this thing. I have an entire brand new container from Costco that I haven't used yet because I need to finish this up. So now that this is done, we'll let this rise over here, and we're gonna rinse and repeat. Not sure how long you're in here, but I took the dough out. I should have punched it. Well, I didn't punch it. I took it out. Should have degassed it a little bit when I was maneuvering it. Then I divided it in half. Now I'm just oiling the containers I'll be using and just popping it right in and just trying to push it out as far as I can. Try to get into the shape of this pan, and then just letting it rise for an hour. And I also have the oven going, so let's just kind of push this here. Don't want my hands to stick. And this one will be for my wife. I like the cast iron. She said she didn't care which one she got, but yeah. So as you can see, the gluten there is really springing it back, but that's fine. At least with this one, using the cling wrap on this pan will be a lot easier because it's not an awkward shape. I can just get a nice even layer of it like that. And just rip up. Oh shoot. No, that's fine. We'll just oil. Get a little bit of oil on the plastic wrap. So we're gonna set this over here as well. Our oven's going. It's getting toasty at 525. Now we just hang out for an hour. No, I'm just kidding. Still got a little bit more prep left. Let me clean up this. Hope everybody's having a fantastic evening so far. It was a pretty warm day here in Illinois. Got up to like 55 degrees when I stepped out to take some coffee to my wife and pick up the induction from our in-laws' house since that's where I had it delivered. Oh shoot. Nice and clean. We'll just kind of scrape it off to make sure there's nothing left on there except for the sawdust, as you can see. But I'm not really pressing that hard. But what we're going to be doing next is prepping the rest. We can make our pizza sauce. Well, we will be making our pizza sauce. And then, yeah, just chit-chatting for a little bit. I did use the rest of the peanut butter dough from last night. I made them a lot smaller, but they're oh, perfect. A lot tinier. I don't know. I'm showing both cameras, but nice and crunchy. Not crunchy, I should say, but like there's like a perfect amount. I had my wife take the rest of them to work, and she gave them to her coworkers. They were the ones that we made last night, and they all enjoyed it. Don't need the flour anymore. What we will need is, what was that? Anyway, what we will be needing is the food processor. This will be blending up all tomato goodness and making a big old mess. But yeah. So first, I'm going to be opening the can of tomatoes. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm jumping a little ahead. I need to, let's close this. Just set this over here. Need to chop up the garlic. And it's not going to be a fine chop. It's going to be a rough chop. Oh, that was perfect. Oh, did you see that? Magic. This one too, well, not as... It's not as nice, but... It came out pretty well. There we go. Get rid of some of that skin that's left on there. cut off some of these tips here. Oh, my wife's home. I guess I don't really have to finely chop these up since the food processor will be chopping it up for me, for us. Hello, sweetie. Is it cold? Baby, it's cold outside. All right. Let's open this canned tomato sauce. Then we will move on to actually making our sauce. So what I got was San Marzano style whole peeled tomatoes. And there we go. It is 28 ounces. I do not have a regular traditional can opener, nor did we want one because they always failed. So I have this handy thing, can opener, that's awesome. Just making a mess. So once the pizza has risen after that an hour or double in size, maybe not even a full hour, we just throw it into the oven for about 15 minutes, and then it's gonna get a nice crust. I'm thinking about making a little bit of a garlic crust on it. Sprinkle some butter on it. Throw some garlic in it, some garlic powder, and then just drizzle it on there with probably a little bit of olive oil too, actually. All right. Let's get this on. We're gonna pour in our tomatoes. And next, the seasonings we will be using. Gonna just throw in a little bit of Italian seasoning just to give it, that Italian flavor. I don't have basil, so that should be good. Gonna do some oregano. There we go. Let's just sprinkle a little bit of that in there, even though it's got some Italian, but we're gonna throw a little bit extra. Just a little bit of crushed red pepper. Not a lot, just enough to give it a little bit of a kick, but not too much. And then we're gonna season with some salt, about a teaspoon. Actually, a little bit more than that, and that should be good. As you can see, I like to just eyeball it, because we can always taste it, and then just a little bit of pepper. And then once we get it all mixed up, I'm going to add a little bit of sugar into it, just so it gets a little bit of, remove some of the acidity. And then I'm going to mute myself for just a little bit, so I can process this up and your ears don't bleed out. Probably helps if I turn this on, right? Plug it in. There we go. Just 2 more pulses, that should be good. And let's just see what it tastes like. Hopefully it tastes good. Won't need anything else, but we're gonna try. We're gonna check. Forgot something though. The garlic that I just, I said I was gonna, but it does need A little bit more salt. And a little bit of that sugarness. So let me grab the sugar. And this I'm actually going to measure out because I don't want it too sweet. So we're going to put about a half a teaspoon in. Yeah, that was about a quarter actually. Don't want to use all of it. It needs a little bit more, but I highly doubt it. I don't really like sweet sauces to begin with anyway. Let's just blend it back up. Process it. Let's see what it does. Muting again. Alright, let's see what it tastes like now. Just lost that. Do I have a spoon in here? I do. That's good. But just a little bit more. A little bit more red pepper flakes. All right. That should be good. That should finish up our sauce. Let me grab one last spoon. See what it tastes like. That's good. That's perfect. So, let's... Come on. If I can get this off. There we go. We can just set this to the side. Do I have a bowl for that? I do. And look at that. That is absolutely delicious right there. Yeah, there we go. That looks amazing. Try to get every little drop of that. I like to clean as I go, especially with like tonight. We have a lot of time on our hands while we wait. So, yeah. Now we just gotta shred up. Now we just gotta shred up the cheese and get that done here in a second. I said last night, we're not using pre-shredded cheese. We're gonna actually shred it ourselves. So let's get our cheese out with our shredder. And we're not going to cook our sauce, we're just going to leave it like that because it tastes pretty dang good like that. And that's how I've been doing it. Oh, I got sliced mozzarella. I thought I got standard, just normal mozzarella. Open and enjoy, it says. We will open it. So like I said, I'm just using fresh mozzarella. Does not look like it's pre-sliced to me. But when we flip it over. Oh, I guess it is. And you know, we may not use all of this. But let's see if we, oh, it is pre-sliced. Let's try it a little bit. You want some mozzarella, babe? Anyway, doesn't matter if it's pre-sliced, we can still shred it here. Yeah. It's gonna be a pain, but we'll try to shred it the best we can. Probably should have thrown this in the freezer actually to get a nice shred out of it. But it's gonna get melted anyway. Just tone this to the camera side. And see it's just crumbling and just falling to pieces. So it's not as clean as freshly shredded, but yeah. Looks like I'm making more of a shred outside than inside the shredder. So I'll just throw these in here. I mean, this will melt all nice and neat anyway, once we have it all spread out. And I can even just probably slice these a little bit thinner, kind of like they do with like the Neapolitan. Just tap that in there. It's just kind of, I'm snacking on that one actually. Let's get this. Just try to not cut my fingers. I could have actually done this also in the food processor with the shredding attachment, but I did not. And I'm just trying not to shred my fingers off. It's getting kind of full down there. Just kind of tap this up, tap this in. I mean, let's see. That's like all we got right now, but I don't know if I'm gonna, I'll probably just kind of crumble it up or just cut it up actually. Jamie, you want to buy the mozzarella? That's delicious. Throw a little bit of olive oil, some tomatoes, put it on some bruschetta bread, whatever, bruschetta, however they pronounce it properly, but I don't know. I mean, I can just probably do this, just call it a day. Just kind of shred in my hands actually. That may have actually been a little bit easier. Oh yeah, that's a bit easier. Like I said, it's gonna melt anyway. So with my pizza, I'm doing green peppers, fresh spinach, and then some pepperoni. Oh, also, I made some bacon this afternoon too. So I'm gonna be throwing some bacon on it as well. Just make it a little smorgasbord pizza, supreme pizza. Will you? There you go. It's delicious. These were pre-sliced. I didn't know I bought pre-sliced.
Oh no.
What was that?
My eyes twitching.
You all jacked up on Mountain Dew? Oh, I forgot I think I forgot the gift wrap stuff in my car. Yeah. I also made wings too. With the leftover chicken from the, what did I make the other day? No. The soup. The chicken dumpling soup from that chicken. It's a lot of cheese right there.
Oh, that hurts.
Does it?
Such a bad headache.
Your eyes hurt? So, I got a USB hub. I ordered it yesterday along with the new induction top. I'll show that here shortly. And then for my GoPro, I have it plugged into a cheap cam link, like a USB HDMI, input. And I kind of tested it last night using the USB 3.0 port on my laptop and realized, hey, it didn't work. It wasn't, it's not giving me a video feed. Then, so tonight, I am setting up everything before stream. Actually, it was all pretty much set up from last night. And so I plugged the GoPro, USB cam link thing, whatever I forget what they're called. The capture card, the USB capture card, into the hub, and even though Windows was recognizing it, it just wasn't picking up as a feed. So no idea. Just whatever. That should be good. If I need more, I have two more. I have a lot more slices. You want another slice? Mm-hmm. So the dough's been over there for about, I'll say 25 minutes. Still looks exactly the same. See how much longer. I mean, like I said, an hour and or double in size. It looks like it is getting bigger. I'll bring that over here. As you can see, it is getting a little bit bigger there. Then we're just gonna maneuver it out a little bit more and let it do its thing. I think this should be good for right now. Squeeze that in there. Push that over here. Wash my hands. Like I said right before stream, I made boneless wings. They're a little extra drenched in barbecue sauce. Maybe that camera will pick it up a little bit better. But that's how my wife likes them. Did you want one or no?
What?
Did you want any?
What?
Boneless wings?
Sure.
Sure. There's one full bone-in wing in there, so be careful. That's the bone-in wing. There you go. Let's get a little wild tonight. Drink one of my wife's White Claws because she doesn't drink them. Oh man, I've had one of these. It's like July or August, September. When was the last time we hung out and drank White Claws together? September. Drinking the watermelon one, and
Drink my favorite one.
I grabbed whatever was in the front, and I don't know. It tastes weird. It tastes a little different. It hits a little bit different, but yeah. I'll say it. I drink White Claws. I'm not ashamed. Two carbs, 100 calories, made pure, whatever pure means. It's got 2 sugars, which includes 2 added. Oh yeah, I remember what I wanted to do. What else I wanted to do? Since I was making like an everything pizza, garbage pizza for mine, I was actually gonna slice up a little bit of onion, which I'll just do on this same thing right here. 'Cause I don't really care. Let's get an onion over here, trying to get like a smaller one, but apparently I don't have any. All I have are big ones. Let's see what's going on. Thought I just got a text. Sorry. Alright. Where's that bench scraper at? Just scrape all this off. Let's get the Fama shoot knife out again. They've already been fed too, so. Let's get this peeled. And then we're going to be doing long cuts on it. Don't want them diced. We just want the long slivers to kind of match what we have for our green peppers from yesterday that we sliced up last night. And in this case, we don't need the root. So let's just chop that off. Let's clean this up. So we're just going to be following, going to be cutting like that. Just nice, thin slices. That one was a little thick. That's okay. That one was a little thick too. Don't need all this, but let's just see how one tastes. Tastes pretty good. I haven't drank in a while. Feeling a little bit over. I'll just spit that out. Don't need that. Just got cheese everywhere over here. Got it all over my apron. All over the countertop. So hopefully, obviously I can kind of tell that there is an audio and video lag. Hopefully after this weekend they'll be resolved. Got another thing coming in not mainly just for this, not for the stream, but for other gaming purposes as well, and on-the-go needs. But we'll see if I keep that or not. I haven't decided. My wife just yells at me all the time, like, you always change your mind when you buy stuff and you just return it. Well, that's what happens. I mean, I would be streaming this off my actual computer, but that's all the way over there, and I don't feel like unplugging everything and bringing it over here, so I'm using this laptop I have. I mean, it does the job right now, but there are issues, and dropping frames right now, that's probably due to Wi-Fi, not entirely sure, but yeah. So here we have all our onions nice and chopped. Could probably throw these in with my green pepper mix that I have right here from last night. May not need, that'll probably be all I need for my pizza. You don't want any onions on your pizza, right?
What?
Any onions on your pizza?
Sure.
Do you want green peppers or no?
No.
Do you want anything else? Do you want spinach on yours?
What?
Spinach?
Sure.
Okay. So, I guess my wife is going to be having spinach and onion pizza tonight. Oh, you know what I should have gotten as well? I should have gotten some mushrooms, but I don't. And our sink is really full right now. I said I was going to clean as I go, but I didn't. Alright, this is whipping hot. I'm going to set this over here. We're going to reuse it. Let me check. Let's peel off the stems from our spinach. This is all going to get shriveled up anyway, I'm sure. I believe the spinach goes in at the end, but I'm going to do it like Domino style where they just kind of throw everything in. It's probably going to taste delicious regardless, so. Not doing it Neapolitan style anyway, where they kind of just added stuff at the end of it. Oh. Why am I getting rid of all that? That's fine. I did say I was going to do a garlic crust, but I didn't get to that. Good thing we have a dishwasher. The dishwasher can do a lot of things, such as clean all the silverware I just dirtied up. Do we have anything else? We have this. Then all I have left to clean in the sink would be the food processor and the air fryer from earlier, and then also the shredder. Then of course, after the pizza's done, the pans that they came in, but that can be done off stream. Just drying off the knife. Check on our crusts. Just move all this over here for now. Got all our toppings. Here's the bacon that I made earlier, like I said. Just a little bit, just enough to sprinkle on mine. Let's check mine out. As you see, it has doubled in size. Just kind of spread it out some more. Oh yeah, you see that gluten? It's relaxed now so that we can kind of coerce it further to the edges. Oh, it's sticking to my hands though. Should have. Let's get some flour. Let's flour up just a little bit. Now, shouldn't be as sticky. Should be able to. Look at that. Push it all to the edge here. And since these are pan-style pizzas, we're not really making any crust. That's why I didn't do any tossing or anything fancy. I think this would be good, actually. Plenty of time. It's been doing this for 40 minutes, so I think that should be good. Not trying to rush anything, but you know, let's just set this over here. Do the same thing with this pizza. Let's get rid of that. Let's flour up our hands. This one's, you know, not the same shape, but let's see. Now we can shape it a little bit better, just like the other one. Trying to get it kind of like in a rectangle motion, rectangle shape. All right, just kind of do this. That looks fantastic. That looks good. Let's just kind of make sure it's gonna not be proportionate. All right, so now we're done with that. Let's start assembling the pizzas. Cheese. I almost put the cheese on first, but we need to put the sauce on. So we're just gonna sauce this from edge to edge. This is a lot of sauce too, just for this amount of pizza dough. So I'll have plenty extra. It was very watery too. But we like extra sauce on our stuff anyway. Oh, this sauce just smells fantastic. I think that'll be enough sauce. Just kind of spread it out evenly. Sauce. The sauce just went over the edge. That's okay. All right. Now let's just sprinkle some of this mozzarella. And this mozzarella is going to spread pretty well anyway. Even though it's like these nice little chunks, it'll do its thing. It'll melt. Trying to get it like a little bit even everywhere. Get some on the edges too. Make sure no spot looks too empty. This is just one pizza, so we can't use all the cheese, but okay. Just throw a little bit more over here. Some of these spots look a little naked. All right, and she said you wanted onions, right? Just throw slivers. Try not to over onion her. That one's got 2 of them. We don't want that one. Okay. I think that actually looks good. Let's do one more right there. Okay. Just give her a little bit of... Let's just shred a little bit of this up. Hopefully this doesn't burn, but I think it'll be fine. Alright, so that's her pizza. As you can see here, looks nice and perfect-ish. So we're going to toss it in here. We're going to say about 15 minutes. Hey Google, set a timer for 15 minutes. Hopefully my butt crack didn't show. But yeah. So Google just acknowledged me talking to her. Alright. Now let's just rinse and repeat the process. Let's just put some sauce in the middle. That should be good. Maybe a little bit more. That right there. Maybe. Just keep on saying maybe. That'd be good, but I keep on adding it. Alright, that's good right there. Let's try to keep you on, buddy. Okay. Hi, Itzel. You made it. Glad you made it. We're almost done, actually, but at least you get to the part where I'm topping the pizza. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit that follow button down there so then you can get alerted when I go live. Hope you had a great remainder, I can't talk. Hope the rest of your workday was good. Hopefully my wife didn't yell at you too much. Ha 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 ha. So Jamie's pizza's actually in the oven already. It's onion and spinach. I'm doing onion, spinach, bacon, and pepperoni for mine. Probably gonna add a little bit more into Jamie's, but that's okay. So now let's just kind of throw some onto mine. We're starting with the onions here. Let's see if we can, there we go. That was the big one, but that's fine. Kind of making mine into like a Supreme style pizza. Let's get the green peppers up in here. She wasn't too bad. She's bad when she gets home. She's a pain in my butt. Just kidding. I love her.
Shut up, Myron.
Just a little bit more. Still have plenty of green peppers left, but alright. Let's just throw a little bit of that bacon on there. Like I said, I made this earlier in the day. Actually, before I went to go see Jamie, and then, she walked me around the warehouse. Like I'd never been there before, but yeah.
You wanted to walk around.
I didn't say that. Oh, my hands are all greasy now. I'm surprised Peach isn't in here. Like, oh my god, that pizza was good. Last but not least, we're going to be adding in forgot my spinach, but the spinach and the pepperoni. Just toss these in here. Kind of just layering up. I know I broke Jamie's up, but that should be good. Let's throw a little bit more on here. So these kind of just adhere. It's gonna be like a 10-layer pizza. And last, throw a couple of these thicker pepperonis. And then toss it in the oven. All right, hey Google, set a timer for 15 minutes. Let me actually just dump the rest of that onto Jamie's. Oh shit. Now we're gonna melt the cheese at the bottom of our oven because I failed. Well, that's okay. That's alright. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. We're going to look at these pizzas when they come out, let them rest for a couple minutes, and we'll cut into them. They should be nice and crunchy. Just clean this area up. Consolidate stuff. Clean it up later anyway. Let's get this flour off of here. I need my bench scraper again because there's stuff stuck on it. So the main difference between my pizza and Jamie's is not only the topping, but the cast iron seems to get a little bit crispier. But if we just keep hers in a little bit longer, it'll do the same. And I'm just full of dust. So as I was saying, what I've been wanting for a while, and Jamie was like, well, what do you want for Christmas? So I can tell her mom, my mother-in-law. I ended up just buying this anyway myself. It's the induction cooktop. So that way when we're streaming, doing the cook streams, like I mentioned before, I don't have any camera feed over here or anything on this side. That way I can do all the cooking over here and you guys would be able to see everything. Obviously I need to get this camera a little bit higher or point this camera down or get another camera and point it over here. So get 3 angles, or maybe just a better angle anyway, in general. But yeah. Now we just wait. Just wait for the pizza to be done. Got some cleanup to do. Now I just gotta find another spot for this gadget because I have so many gadgets and so little space in this little tiny kitchen. Let's see. What's going on today? I don't want that. Just checking my notes real quick. Let's have a sip. I don't know why it says I have 1 viewer, even though I'm sure there's a couple people in here. Are you watching, baby? Yeah. My number 1 customer. My number 1 fan. You're my number 1 customer. So for those of you, Itzel is one of Jamie's coworkers. She's one of the many fans from my wife's work that enjoys my food. They were all talking about it today when I came in, which is will be your taste testers, let us know, yada yada yada, and everything like that. So at least I got some fans outside of my family that enjoys the food that I make, which is good. I'm glad. Let's see. What is this? Hi all. I'm just sending a message to everybody. Hope you're enjoying. Can't even talk. Hope you're enjoying. Hope you're enjoying the stream, I should say. But yeah, not only do I cook, I also play video games on this channel. Mainly WoW, but also do a little bit of console gaming as well. I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but kind of stopped that since the expansion of WoW came out and need to go back to playing that. Mainly got discouraged from playing it because of the bug that I found, which I've mentioned before. A couple people had the same issue, but not installing the day 1 patch resolves that. But I wonder if they fixed it since then. I just haven't updated the dang game. Do I have anything to put this into? I do. Bear it back 1 second. That one's missing a lid.
It's in the drawer.
That's a brand new one though, isn't it?
No, I put that. The second one in there, I put in there.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have the
Gotcha. Yeah, I should wash this out before I use it. Just put some of these things away. Just get that off. I know it's bad to use paper towels for everything, but I need to get my dish towels in here, my kitchen towels all up in here again. Replenish that. Just trying to clean this mess up here. Dishes I had dirtied earlier and washed, which, you know, I normally clean up. Don't want them sitting in the sink anymore, just so I had more sink space. Like these measuring cups from last night. Forgot to put them away last night, or today, or whenever I washed them. I think it was last night. I don't know. I really don't remember. Just trying to find room so I can wash the mason jar so I can put the sauce in there. Because that's a brand new mason jar and it smells funny.
Your audio was like really delayed.
What do you mean my audio is delayed? Between what you're hearing me talk and then what you're watching?
No.
Yeah, there's like a 10-second delay. That's how it's intended. Yeah. I'm glad you kind of noticed that.
Glad I noticed that?
What's that?
Glad I noticed?
Yeah.
Why?
See that you're paying attention to me.
I wasn't watching.
Because you don't ever pay attention to me. I'm just kidding.
No, I don't.
No. You don't. Whatever. How loud does it sound? Like can you hear me talk still? Over the kitchen sink? Okay. Is the kitchen sink too loud? Is it picking that up too much? When I'm talking to you? It's gonna be a delay, obviously. Oh, okay. How's the kitchen sink sound? Does that sound too loud?
No.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Dry this off. Oh, I forgot to clean this. Yeah, let's clean that. That stinks. That stinks. Always clean your mason jars before you use them. Don't be like me, who was about to just use the mason jar right out of the box. Oh, I hear pizza goodness. That pizza looks good. Can you see it? Can't really see it, but you can. It looks. You'll see it in a couple minutes once it's all done, all said and done. Let's grab another paper towel, actually, because it didn't get all the way dry. That smells a lot better. So, oh. All our pasta sauce is all nice and mason jarred up. I guess I can actually seal it and store for a couple months, but I'm just gonna throw it in the fridge, make some other stuff out of it. I mean, essentially it's just marinara sauce, so I can use whatever with it, right? Hey Google, stop. Sounds like Jamie's pizza's done. We'll take a peek at it here in just a second. Let me just finish cleaning this up. Looks like the mason jar is a little dirty itself. Let's just wipe that down. Okay, that's good. I mean, like I said, this is just normal marinara sauce technically. So you can use it for whatever. For a pizza sauce, pasta sauce. Let's take these out. These are a little bit too big. Just one for right now, at least then. Let's take a peek at Jamie's pizza, since that was put in first. Turned mine. Hey Google, how much time left?
It looks like you don't have any timers set at the moment.
Oh, shut up, woman. Hey Google, how much time left?
I think you want to know how much time is left on the timer. Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
It looks like you don't have any.
Wow, did I not set a second timer up? I guess not. Let's see if I can maneuver this without breaking anything. That's Jamie's pizza. I think we can put it back in for actually a couple more minutes. It doesn't look all the way done. So let me just set this back, make sure nothing breaks. We'll just set a timer for set a timer on the microwave. See how that goes. Another 3 minutes. Because I put mine in probably like 2 or 3 minutes after Jamie's. The cast iron would actually get a little bit more, I believe would get hotter versus, you know, the quarter sheet pan. There we go. Don't want you to like look at our wall. Over here looks better. Let's see if I can bring this over here without breaking anything. As you can see over here, that's my baking rack full of everything, just full of everything. And then you saw the fridge the other day with my little love notes that I leave my wife as if I'm a child. See, like that. Let me just reinitialize my camera because one little freaking movement likes to break everything. Hold please for technical difficulties. Deactivate. Reactivate. Now we're back to seeing this, so Gotta remove that. And just touch. Touch. Or not. There we go. Much better. Let's just bring it to here. There we go. So, the pizza's almost done. We've been doing this for an hour and 10 minutes. So right about the ballpark, like I said. It's pretty simple, a very simple process. Just last night, if you tuned in, if you didn't tune in, literally just throw in your flour, your yeast, water mixture, then some salt. Just do a shaggy dough, kind of combine it all together, and just let it work its magic overnight. 18 to 24 hours later is best. And then you got the dough that you saw before, before I tossed it in the oven. I gave it some time. Oh, look. A Google Home is going off, but it's in our bedroom. Be right back.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Hey Google, stop. Yeah, what the hell, Google? What the hell? You think when you ask them to say something, like the closest one would go off, but no, the one in our bedroom went off. I don't know if it was mine or the one on Jamie's side of the room, but either way, it's a pain in the ass. Alright. Let's set this over here. Try to put that away. Ooh, that's toasty. So now we can take a peek at Jamie's once more. Mine should be pretty much done. Let's just look at Jamie's first before we play with mine. Looks good. Let's grab a... We're going to leave it in here, though, for a few minutes. Let's just see if the dough... If I can even get into the dough. Under the dough, that is. This side felt a little raw still. Hopefully it didn't stick there. Feels like it's stuck. Don't know why. Let's just kind of maneuver it up. Alright. Hers looks done. And you can see there's some nice browning to it. Let's bring it up to the GoPro camera. Just let this rest here. Look at that. So we're gonna set it over here, this side. Let's check mine out. I like mine a little bit well done, so I'm gonna throw it back in for a couple more minutes actually. Do another 3 minutes. While that rests, we're gonna let it just kind of cool off before we cut into it. I wonder what it looks like if there's any lighting changes. Yes.
Just you want to make sure Friday's still good.
Yeah. Oh, that does make a big difference. I just turn off the top light, but about this light? Yeah. Last night we did our advent calendar. Well, I looked at it, but it was already done. So we are on day 9. Let's open that up. Just right here on the top left of the house. And what do we have? We have Fred Flintstone. No, just kidding. We got an elf carrying a gift. Let's see. There we go. There's your little elf. Maybe this one will be better. Come on. There we go. It's an elf carrying a gift. Or an elf stealing a gift. It's a little melted because it's a little warm in this place. But isn't there like a story supposed to go with these advent calendars? I'm pretty sure. I don't know. How do we know the story though?
I don't know.
No idea. But that'll go back there. Since all these veggies are together, we can just close it up. Toss that stuff in the fridge. We're gonna take a peek at the pizza here. We got another 50 seconds until I'm gonna take mine out. Let's hope that it's done. Well, I'm sure it's done. No, 657 drop frames, that's not bad. Especially going with Wi-Fi. But we'll see if there's any difference. This lappy tappy, this laptop of mine is dusty. Just from the flour just flying up. I have an iPad down here too that I keep my notes on. Let's see. So, if you guys have any ideas, you know, what you would like to see in the future or any cooking streams, let me know. I'm down for some ideas. Let's check the pizza now. Oh yeah, that's done. That is donezo right there. Oh, fuck. Is that what I've been smelling? Huh. Oh, and that's just the bottom of our oven seal came off for some reason. There we go. That's interesting. Gonna have to take care of that later. So here's the pizza. Do I plan on doing live streams every week? Yes. I plan to do at least two once a week. Twice. 2 streams a week. I did one on Sunday, then I did one last night where I was prepping all the dough, as you're probably aware. And then, actually no, I think you were talking about the one when I was doing it on Sunday when I talked to you today. You thought I was live, but then, since the dough is a 2-day process, that I was finishing it up tonight. But yeah, plan on doing probably one on Wednesdays, maybe one on Sundays, probably here and there, even further. My pepperoni did not stick. Is that hot? I always gotta get 1 slice of pepperoni per slice. But yeah, multiple times a week. I mean, if you follow me or if you have Twitch on your phone or whatever, you'll get alerted when I go live. Like I posted before, I went live on my Facebook. I don't know if we're friends or not, but I also posted it on my Instagram. And on my Twitter page too. You should be able to find all that below. Let's check this dough. Oh yeah, this dough, as you can tell, is crispy. Crispy. Had a little bit of spinach stuck there. I could probably just take this. I'm gonna leave this one here. Let's check on Jamie's now. Let's move this over. Ooh, don't want to burn myself because this cast iron's hot. Now Jamie's should be done. Pretty cooled off. Yeah, I can touch the pan. I mean, I'm not burning myself. But if this was Jamie touching the pan, she'd be freaking out. I mean, her crust just kind of fell off. That's some good crust. I don't want to hold on to it too long, but it's pretty toasty. Let's try to break this part of the crust off because it got stuck here. There we go. Let's see. Yep, that's done. So let me get a cutting board out. Let's slide Jamie's pizza on and we'll slice it up. Let's see what it looks like after we slice it up. It looks like a lot of the cheese didn't melt on hers, right? Well, I don't know why hers didn't come out. Maybe I should have turned up the oven a little bit more, but we'll see how hers still tastes delicious though. But not as normal. Not like when I normally make it. Put all of her slices back. I actually could have just sliced it on this cooking sheet. I also probably had too much oil in the pan. That may have been the case. Uh-oh, what?
More batteries, right?
Why?
You just said that the Roku remote's low. Battery is low.
Yeah. You have the double lid right there that you off.
Oh, wait, till it dies.
Did you want that for your pizza or no?
Sure.
Here. What was that, Charlie? She living like this. So as I go back to give Jamie her ranch that she was using for her chicken nuggies or chicken wings, our cat Charlie was so adorable. Her little meows are she does a silent meow like 90% of the time, unless she's hungry, where she just meows like a normal cat. She goes meow. I'm just looking at it right now. Hi, Charlie. Come here, Chewies. Come here. Here she comes. Come here. Want to say hi? Want to say hi? Hi, guys. Welcome to the stream. My name is Charlie. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. Alright, you're all done? There you go. You're all done. Now she's expecting something to eat. Even though she just ate dinner at right before I started streaming. Before I started cooking the pizza, baking the pizza. What? So, see how mine is. Should be able to take mine now. I said I was going to wait a couple minutes, but I'm kind of hungry. You can kind of see the crust on it. Be a little more golden than that, but Came right out. No problems, no sticking. That's always a good sign. And as you can see, it's got a nice pan style pizza. Just chop this up. You can probably hear that crunch there. Sure, it's a delightful sound. Ooh, you see that steam coming out? Probably not. Cutting this up like a savage too. Oh, that one's missing its pepperoni slice. I need a better cutting. Another pizza cutter. Alright, let's try how this tastes. It's steamy, so let's go to this side. Let's try it out. Pretty dang delicious. I have no food for you. I have nothing for you. But yeah, I think maybe increasing the temperature of the oven to 550 actually would have been a little bit better. I think that's what I did before, but I don't know why I didn't do this time. But everything's all well cooked. The dough's nice and cooked through. Absolutely delicious. Once again, thank you for stopping in. This was another shorter, the cook stream shouldn't really be that long, I should say. Probably like an hour, maybe 2 hours tops. All depending on what I'm cooking. But I do appreciate you stopping in. Look forward to additional streams coming soon. As Itzel asked, do I plan on doing live streams every week? Yes. Maybe 2 a week, maybe 3. Just have to get some ideas as to what I want to cook. Keep on looking at myself on my screen, but I should be looking at you guys. But yeah, just tune in. Just follow my social media down there at the bottom. My actual Instagram for my cooking stuff isn't on there yet. I plan on doing that tonight. I just haven't gotten to it. I do apologize. Look for me when I say I'm going live. Tune in. Hit that follow button. Follow me on my social medias and on here. And if you have your Twitch app, or if you're on twitch.tv, just from your web browser and whatnot, you should see that I go live. But yeah, until then, you saw this delicious pizza here. Let's bring it up to the camera. The good camera. Let's see if I'm going to close the C920, the small one. There we go. That's an absolutely delicious looking pizza there. And let's show Jamie's off. Two nice pan pizzas made relatively easy. There we go. No debacles, no issues. She needs a little bit more cheese. I don't know why her cheese just kind of spread out unevenly. But thanks again for tuning in. I hope you had a good time. Just listen to me talk and just make some food. Tune in next time. Check me, follow my social media for the next time I go live. Thanks, guys, and have a great night.